months later, and I thought I'd just do a short vlog. It's nothing special, because over the last 6 months I had a lot of thinking about the sort of YouTube channel and the lack of content that I put out. And I think the reason for this is because I aim it purely at photography, or landscape photography in general. And unfortunately, I don't just do landscape photography. I do a lot more things. Oh, excuse the dream catcher there in the camera there. I do a lot more things, and I'm usually doing photography because I'm doing the other things. So we've had a lot of soul search. I say we, as me and Elliot, soul searching of what the channel should be more aimed at, rather than just photography. Before lockdown happened, I did my video in January. Lockdown, not lockdown, it's self-isolation more than lockdown. I did my video in January, and then February I went to the UK to a conference, and March I went to the UK for a conference. Now I didn't do any vlogging while I was there. I did take some photos in London. They're on my Instagram page many months ago. And because things are easing now, I thought it was time we should sort of do this before we move forward into new vlogs. I went back to the office, well, beginning of last week, yeah, full time. Because the restrictions within sort of the UAE and Abu Dhabi in particular are starting to ease, and it's making life a lot easier to do that. But while we've had the time off, and I think it was like 15 weeks in self-isolation with the family. I was pretty much the only person going out once a week for shopping and things. We've been thinking about this channel and photography in particular, but photography in general. And we're of the opinion that this channel, there's a lot more content I could put out if I didn't just aim it at photography. Now, we do a lot of stuff for the truck. We go camping, we go overlanding, we go kayaking, you know, all sorts of stuff that me and the kids do. There's the motorsports. So we're rebranding the channel basically, from not just photography, but we're going to rebrand it to travel, adventure and photography. Now, the reason in that particular order as well is because most of my life seems to be spent traveling. I've spent the last year, as an example, by this time last year I'd done 32 flights. And I think I did 47 as a total throughout the year. Obviously this year it's completely different because I've only done 6 flights so far, but that can't be helped. So travel takes a huge part of my life normally. And I always carry my cameras with me, and I always try and do a vlog when I travel. Now, I say travel, it's not going to be like your run-of-the-mill travel channel where, you know, it's all the nice beaches and stuff like that, because I go to some real hobbles. So it's even though it's saying travel, it's not 100% travel. The adventure part, well, that's because of obviously the motorsports we do out in the desert and the camping stuff and all that sort of thing. And then there's the photography. That's the third part. Now, I've always been of the opinion that I take photos. Well, I've got to say it, I take photos because I'm out walking. I don't go walking to take photos, if you know what I mean. So I don't deliberately go out to take a photo. I don't think, right, I want to go and photograph that. And I don't deliberately go out to photograph it. I go for a walk. Maybe that's in the background of my mind somewhere. But I go for a walk, and I will take photos because I'm out walking. And the same applies when we're in the truck. I don't deliberately go out to shoot a particular dune in the desert. I'll go out and drive a gas track, and then we'll stop off there and wherever and shoot the sand dunes if it takes our fancy. So the photography, in effect, I suppose in effect photography is an afterthought. It's not an afterthought, but it's being done because we're out doing other things. So that's the way it's going to be from now on. We're going to go out and I'm going to do travel, we're going to do adventure, and the photography will form part of that. It'll still form a big part of it, I think, because I want it to form a big part of it. So it's more that than a channel purely on travel and adventure. So the rebrand, and we've rebranded, so we've taken my name off the top of the channel and we put my Instagram account name on the top of the channel. So the channel is now the Unscripted Nomad rather than Geraint Jones. If it was going to stay purely photography, then I think I would have probably left it as Geraint Jones, but as it's more adventure and travel, I think the Unscripted Nomad is probably a better title and a better description for the channel. So yeah, that's pretty much where we're going with that. So because we've now decided we're going to spend a lot more time sort of doing I do the travel anyway, but doing the adventure part as well, a positive decision was made during lockdown, self-isolation, whatever you want to call it, that I would keep my truck, my F-150, long term. Normally I change my vehicles about every 4 or 5 years, but something happened, something was offered to me that made me decide to keep the vehicle long term, and I mean probably indefinitely, as long as I'm living in the UAE. I can't let on the full secret to that yet, because I want to do a vlog on it when it's finally done. But during the evenings, during all this self-isolation, to kill the boredom, I've gone through my truck and I've pretty much rewired all my lights, reset all my lights, all the little jobs I wanted to do previously and just never got round to. So I've rewired the lights, I've reset all the switches for the lights, I've installed relays. Instead of cutting corners, I've done it properly, basically. Split charge system to the pickup bed. I've sort of put a shelving system in where 2/3 of the seats are, because most of the time it's only 3 of us in here. When we go camping, it's only 2 of us usually. But anyway, I don't want to let on too much of that, because that's going to form part of the future of this channel. And I will do once it's complete, there's a final phase still to be done, which I'm still waiting for delivery on. Again, COVID has affected this. I'll just say it was a gift to me for now. But I can't wait. Once it's finished, we'll do a full vlog. And then, so the F-150 is here for long term and will form a big part of this. So. But that's a later video, before we go any further. Anyway, that's about it. To be honest, this was only, like I said, this was just a short video to let you know what's happening with the channel, what's been happening for the last 6 months, which is nothing basically, apart from rebranding it, and where we're going in the future. So anyway, so hopefully, well, I say where we're going in the future. Now, I've always said I wouldn't put my work on here, but that forms part of travel at the end of the day. So for those who watched my channel for the sort of the video stuff on ships and all, there'll be more of that involved. That'll form part of the travel within reason. So anyway, if you want to see more of this, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already done so. Hit the little the bell icon down below, and you'll get notifications of when there's new stuff online. Take care, stay safe, and we'll catch you real soon on the next vlog. Have a good day.